Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first Sunesha subscriber Sunday. If you look over here, you can actually see the different subjects. If you go around, you can skip the parts you don't like or are interested. You just by skipping around in the video, and it will show you where you are. It's the first subject on the Sunesha subject. The Sunesha subject is about me, and very first important subject is of course a natural question, why I began to do YouTube content, and it's quite I think about doing a channel for a long time, but I never got it started, so I think I even actually started this channel in 2006, and I just left it there and just used it as a user, so I never made any content, but I started there, but then time happens, and you know, sometimes you miss things, and as you see today, at least I have a channel today, and the biggest was I wanted to do interactive videos and get in touch with the users and work together with my users to create content. A good example for that is the XCOM videos. That was an excellent way you can have viewers, audience and everything. I try to have contact with my viewers as much as possible, and I will always answer every comment I get, even if it's a stupid comment. But one of the biggest reasons is that I live in Cyprus now, and I don't have any gaming friends here, so this is a good way to get in touch with people. And that was all on that subject. And we have arrived to the strategy subject, and let's talk about that. This will probably be about XCOM, the current series, ongoing series on my channel here, my viewers, audience, and I want to especially thank Frank Germany. He has been such a support. I think he has almost left a comment on every XCOM video I've done, and I thank you for that. It's much more fun to work with the content when I get viewers that are into my videos, and that helps a lot. And talking about Frankie, this week's clip in strategy is Frank Germany's soldier, so Frankie. He will do something cool, and I will show you a clip here. Oh, they're ripping things up here. Oh! He threw it off the dam. That was epic. And as you can see, this turned out to be a great epic fight, and Frank Germany just kicked him off the dam, and that's fine for me, and that's a very cool subject. Okay, I think it's enough with strategy. Let's go over to the next subject. As you may have suspected, stealth genre is one of my favorite genres. You can see that because I have released Hitman movies. I'm finished with Hitman Blood Money, and I'm still working on Hitman Contracts and Absolution. So I'm working very hard, and a funny thing happens while I was recording a walkthrough of Mission 4 in Hitman Contracts. I tell my users that you can take it fairly slow, but when I'm running around in a building and I feel the time is starting to go slow, I try to move slowly through this big house, and it does. I hear my internal clock start ticking, and I'm thinking, shit, I'm actually in a hurry now, because I walk slowly so people can follow me if they follow my walkthrough. And I start running, and I get it, and I say, okay, it's time to run, and I start running out of the building, and exactly when I leave the building, this happens. And we must actually hurry up a bit, because soon with this guy with these clothes will wake up, so we must be fairly fast. So let's go. Try to move as fast as we can. And now we can just run, so let's do it. The girl won't react, even that he will just scream a little bit. And let's just okay, he will wake up very soon, so let's find out these guys. Pick up our shotgun, and as you see, it was a very close moment. He waked up. And as you can see, that's a typical walkthrough thing, because you can say something, and after all, you know the game very well. And I just knew that I was out of time, but I cut it very close. So that was very funny in that way, because I actually have to change the description of my video and then tell them that they can move faster. I'm just moving slowly so they can follow me through this confusing house. And I think it was funny because it's so typical, because you prepare a lot, but you can't prepare for everything. Okay, let's speak about simulation, another genre I like very much, and actually it really depends on how things are released, but my big plan is to do the Tropical 5 DLC, but the Tropical 5 DLC Waterborne hasn't been released on Xbox 360, my current platform I'm working at. So as soon as Tropical 5 DLC comes to the Xbox 360, I will do it. And I will take the discussion about platforms another time, because I don't think it's an important subject. It's like a car, every car can take you from point A to B, and that's all that matters for me. And it's the same with platforms. I use it what I like. I don't care how everything else is, so let's not dwell on that. And of course, it's time for speaking about soul playing. You may think about why do you call it soul playing. It's just a play with words. After all, I have strategy, stealth simulation, and soul playing, of course, because it's not as cool to say strategy, stealth simulation, and role playing. So I think 4S is fun because it looks like I'm an egomaniac that wants everything to begin with S, and I kept this theme even on Sunday subscriber. So that's how it works. Actually, I haven't decided what I should do play as a game. I really like the role-playing games, but I haven't decided what I want to play. Suggestions could be great. I have played most of the RPGs that have been released the last 10 years, as long as they are okay, of course. So if you have any suggestions for the future, what you want to see, this is the time to leave a comment about it. So if you want to help me to decide, please leave a comment. The first thing, I have a viewer question from E001, and the first thing I want to say, he has done a very cool Counter-Strike diary video blog, and you can check the link up there. You can even check it after your video play. Just click on that link up there, send later. And E001's question is, do you start the games you're not familiar with on the hardest difficult possible, or do you work your way up? Actually, it's a multi-layered question, because it depends on which game. I can take some example, the role-playing game Skyrim. I play that on normal all the time, because I don't care about the fighting. I just like to explore. The difficult levels I see it as a challenge. Sometimes I want to challenge myself, and I play on hard. Games I normally want to challenge myself in is strategy games and stealth games. I always play them as the hardest difficult level I can find, and I decide the difficult level that I start on, and depending on how the AI reacts. So I research, and a good example in Hitman on hard, you have all the reactions and challenge of the hardest possible difficulty, but you have the interface and you have save points so I can explore. But if I want to challenge myself, I go to the hardest possible difficult level and challenge myself. But in the beginning, I want AI to be tough against me, so I learn the game and I learn the mechanics. So I play on a hard difficulty, but so I not get the shock when I want to challenge myself. And when I know the game, I bump up the level of difficulty. And actually, it's just difficult level is a question about AI for me. A good example is another game ongoing on my channel here, and that's XCOM and Within. And on normal, the AI cheats for your benefit, so they won't attack you with 5 aliens more than once. Even if you see 10 aliens on the screen, then 5 of them will run off or do a sub-optimal choice that helps you out. So the first real difficult level in XCOM and Within is classic, because then the AI is unshackled and will attack you with all their forces and all their abilities. A good example for that, the difference between normal and classic in XCOM and Within, for example, to throw a grenade is 40 times more likely that they will grenade you on classic than normal. So that's the real, for me, classics is then the first real difficulty level. The other one is, so that's normal for me, because the AI doesn't cheat for me. So that's the question. So it depends on. I have played first-person shooter as Call of Duty just because my nephew was into those games when he was little. So I played those on the hardest possible difficulty, and there is a good example where the AI cheats. They have unlimited. They have these enemies that comes all around in eternity enemy. So they just attack you over and over and over again, and you must just kill them and before they spawn more enemies, and that's just not enjoyable, but I did it anyway because I'm an achievement hunter also, and probably it's achievement that make me discover the games in a new way to play them, because I wouldn't go on hard for 10 years ago before I started to play on Xbox, because I just was lazy, and when I started achievement hunting I found out that difficult levels, it's nice, it's like struggling in real life, when you overcome, it's a good feeling that you have accomplished something, and you just run around in a game and killing everything. So a good game for me, when I start playing it should kill me every 50 minutes, otherwise it's not challenging. So that was the answer for that question, and I could speak about AI another time, and I would probably make that a subject, because I think that's the most important thing and the most overlooked things for most games developers, because the AI, after all, you're playing against the computer, and the chance is about to playing against the computer, and often is overlooked. And yes, thank you for your question, and let's go over to another viewer question. I have another viewer question from Bernie360. First of all, I really want to recommend a very fun video he has put out on YouTube. He does a love song about the xenomorph on Alien Isolation. So check that link up there. You can do it after the video is done if you want to. So enough about that. Let's go to the question. I have a question. Do you plan on doing at some point in the future any early Splinter Cell or Metal Gear French fries? Not French fries. I can't pronounce that nerd. I'm not talking about French fries. French fries. Okay, I can't say it. Okay, he means the Metal Gear games, Splinter Cell game, and actually I would probably put some, I thought about it, and I want to play the earlier Metal Gear Solid games, because I played this expensive tech demo that you paid money for. It's a little bit rip-off, so I say to you, if you're not into stealth, don't buy this cheap Metal Gear Solid game. I played it, and its mechanics is flawless. It's a well-made game, but when you have learned the map, you can complete the games in like 10 minutes, and they take like $20 for it. It's quite a rip-off. So, but enough with that. That spiked my interest. I already first watched Metal Gear games. Metal Gear Solid games was some kind of space game, so they didn't interest me for the moment. But after that, I played that game, and I have checked out some of the content. Found something like very new, fun game. So maybe I would probably do it in the future, not the near future, but in the future I will do it probably as a warm up until they release this new Metal Gear Solid game. I will probably do them before, just to get into the franchise, not the French fries. I can't pronounce that, bro. I'm not talking about French fries, but you know what I mean. So I get into that game, and Splinter Cell, I really like those games. I will probably do, maybe not. I'm not thinking about it. I like them games, but not in the near future. Maybe when I have nothing else to record, I can do some Splinter Cell content. I know those games very well also, but at the moment I'm not interested in them. It really depends. I'm more into Hitman and Metal Gear Solid right now. More interested in because I'm warming up for new games they will release. So Bernie, it wasn't really an answer when I talked about French fries. I hope you forgive me. I can't give a clear answer for it. I don't own the they released a HD remaster on the Metal Gear Solid games, and I probably will buy them, but I'm probably gonna do an experiment with Alien Isolation in the stealth genre. After I'm done with my Hitman contracts or Hitman Absolution, I will start a face cam isolation stealth walkthrough on hard, and that's the experiment, because I don't really like face cams. And enough with that, and I think we are at the end of this journey. So as always, I want to thank you for viewing. I'm very grateful and honored that you spend the most valuable commodity people have, and that is time. And when you spend time on my videos and watch them, you give me the most valuable commodity, time. Because time, people pay you for your time. And you give it to me free, and I'm very honored about that. And that's enough. And I'm gonna say, as always, thank you for watching.